Today's episode of Glenn's Retro Show is brought to you by DNA Dimension Designs, the best custom retro gaming decals in the game, period. Also now available, Glenn's Retroware, t-shirts, jackets, mugs, carrying bags, and lots of other items. Show your support for Glenn's Retro Show and wear something with style. Hi everybody, and thank you for joining me on today's edition of Glenn's Retro Show. Today I want to do a little video on something I picked up today at Target for about $18. It's Tetris. Tetris. Okay, so this version of Tetris is not the Walmart version. The Walmart version from Basic Fun or the Bridge Direct runs an NES ROM with a color screen. This version here is their like fake VFD from the 1980s, which stands for Video Fluorescent Display. Now, obviously they don't run that in here because back then it was expensive and then it got very cheap and got phased away. But now it's all about LCDs. So this is basically a backlit static LCD, but the effect works pretty well, especially in this type of game. Now, let's take a look at the packaging here and see what we have. Okay, I myself am not a fan of this blister pack style of packaging. Now, this one I did get at Target, but you can get this pretty much at Bed Bath & Beyond or any other retailer other than Walmart. And the reason I don't like this packaging is the only way to get into it is to kind of ruin the back. But we'll get to that in a moment. But it still looks very nice. I mean, you can see the machine very well from all sides. I mean, it's nice. It's basically a throwback to their original unit. However, it does have 3 buttons on the front, ripe for Raspberry Piing. But in any case, the unit looks pretty well in the box. And you can see back here, they have 3 spots here where they tape closed, but the rest of it is glued. So even though you open up this here, to get this out, you're probably going to tear some of the box. And there is a joystick included. It's a 4-way direction locked button. And we have a start, pause button. And we have the rotate left, rotate right, and then there's the volume control and on off. And if you press this button right here in the store, you get a little demo. So not too shabby, and it does come with batteries, which again is also kind of nice that the batteries are included. It says, let's say in the back, it's classic arcade gameplay with music and sound effects. And I find that on these static ones, they use digitized sound effects, which are generally better than their color versions, which have the NES ROMs in them. And basically it says it has complete 10 lines to move to the next level. Marathon style play with 15 levels. I was pretty good at Tetris. I don't know if I can get that many in. It was pretty good on the Game Boy version. But in any case, the packaging does look nice for what it is. I haven't found the one at Walmart yet, so let's get this one out of the box and see how the gameplay is. Okay, so we got it out of the box, and the box is not too bad for wear. I mean, it survived it for the most part. But here's the unit itself. Now when you look at it real close, I don't know if it's going to come up on camera, but there's actually a white line that goes up here. You might think your screen is damaged. Let me see if I can get my little portable light here, just so you can see it. There we go. You see that white line right there. So you might think a screen is cracked or damaged, but that's actually part of the playfield area. So that's actually normal. And you can see right here the unit itself. And we'll turn around to the side. The artwork is pretty nice. Not too bad. Now there's a little tab back here. You have to pull this out, take it out of demo mode, which it was in. And it includes 3 AA batteries already inside the unit. Again, the artwork is pretty nicely done. And let's go turn this little guy on. Has a nice sound effect of inserting a coin. And according to the instructions, you have 3 sound levels, which is pretty much the standard for them. On, low, and high. And then again, we have our buttons here. So let's start a game and see how it plays. There we go. So our joystick will rotate. Works really nice. The controls feel really good. And of course our joystick. Now in this game it's locked into 4 positions, which is, I'm fine with that because this type of game only needs 4 positions. And this is a type of game where this type of screen is actually really well suited for it. You don't lose really anything by going between this and a color screen on like a TFT little screen. Let's see, we'll go over here. And you can see we have our next one coming up, our level, our score. Well, I can definitely say that on this particular game, the controls feel fine. Every time I move it, it doesn't feel like I'm not using too much pressure to make it go or not enough pressure. It just seems to flow really nice. Now I know a lot of people will feel this is not their cup of tea in this day and age. They want the either the arcade ROM or a color screen. And to be honest, when Walmart does carry their version, it will be most likely the NES ROM. Unfortunately, it probably will not be the Atari version, which was, I feel, the superior version of Tetris. It'll be the NES version from Nintendo. And you can go on quite a few YouTube channels to see what happened with that and why Atari had to pull their superior version of Tetris. The Gaming Historian would be a great channel to look at for that. But what I was saying, this game doesn't really need that type of screen, but in saying so, this was about $18. Which it would probably go on sale eventually for like $9 or so, and it'll be a real good bargain at that price. But the Walmart version will probably be $19. It'll be a larger case. It'll be more in keen to their larger ones they have with the color screens and the nicer box that it comes in. So I think for the price that they charge here, the better deal will definitely be the Walmart version. But if you do see this one at a good price, you know, the controls work really well. The color screen effect to make it look like the old VFD style screens works really nice. I like how it looks. And the music is really, really good. And we can pause it. And it actually says, pause, in case you didn't know what you just did. But if you are definitely someone who enjoys Tetris, and I definitely enjoy Tetris, it's not a bad pickup. The important thing with these type of things is the controls. And the controls are working very well here. I'm not having any problems with the joystick. It feels nice and tight, not loose. It responds to every input I'm doing. The buttons work as well. As far as turning goes, you can see here, no problem with them at all. It's actually pretty enjoyable. always happens. You going over here. I want to try and get a Tetris. Here we go. And it said Tetris. Pretty cool. Now we can start at other levels here. So let me do a reset on this. Let me try and go to a higher level here. Let's try 12 out of 15. Let's start that. It's one of those games that will get your adrenaline running after a time. Ah! That's a triple. There we go. So I'm definitely, definitely enjoying it. But I would have definitely preferred to pay a little bit less. This is definitely something. I mean, it was $18 after tax. You know, and I'm okay with it, I suppose. But if anyone was to go pick this up, I would say this is more like a $12 game, maybe. I'm going to let myself die here and just see what happens at the end. How it ends the game properly. Game over. Not too bad. So my final thoughts? My final thoughts, it's not bad. Definitely would say this is more of a $12 or $10 game versus, $18. When I find the Walmart version, I'll compare the two, obviously. But it was still enjoyable. It was fun. Good sound effects. Controls were working really, really well. Comes with the batteries. Something to waste some time. It worked pretty well. So if you do see it at a good price, get a Tetris. Get a Tetris.
at the Tiny Arcade fan page. Remember, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog.